This is another example that we talk about in our discussion of solution. The question is, what volume of a soft drink that is 10.5% sucrose by mass contains 78.5 grams of sucrose? In this case, you are given the density of the solution as 1.04 grams per milliliters. So for this question, important information that you are given is the percentage of sucrose here, 10.5%, and also you are given the mass of sucrose, which is 78.5 grams of sucrose, and you are also given the density of the solution. So normally in a solution, when you are in a problem, when you are given something, think about it. Why am I given this information? Now, if we look at our problem, we will see that what we have here is percent by mass. So we are given percent by mass. And the issue is, what does percent by mass mean? So let me put the formula here. Percent by mass. We know that percent of by mass means mass of solute divided by mass solute plus mass solvent. So we can say that this is the same as mass solute divided by total mass. So the total mass will be the addition of the mass of sucrose and the mass of the solvent that we are using. Let's say in this case, maybe we are using water. Now, and the percentage, 10.5% is the same as 10.5 over 100. So let's take note of that. Now, if we come back here, this is mass of solute versus total mass. Now, we know our mass of solute in this case is given because we are told mass of sucrose is 78.5 grams. So we say this is equal to 78.5 grams. So our sucrose is 78.5 grams. But we do not know the total mass. So what we are going to do is to let the total mass be X. So our total mass is X. That is mass of solute plus mass of solvent. So what do we have? we are told that 10% is the same as 10.5 over 100. But we also know that 10.5% of sucrose, or 10.5% of the solution, gives the mass of sucrose. So what we are saying is this 78.5 grams of sucrose is 10% of the solution. So if we come back here, we'll say 10.5% of the solution is equal to 78.5 grams. So I can write down here 10.5% solution is equal to 78.5 grams. In other words, because we know that 10% is 10.5 over let me just so we said 10.5 over 100. (10% of 100) is equal to 78.5 grams over X, where X is the total grams. Now, how do you go about this? The simplest way is to do what we call cross multiplication. So what we are saying is we have 10.5x is equal to 78.5 times 100 grams. So what is our x? X will be given by 10.5 x divided by 10.5 is equal to 78.5 times 100 grams divided by 10.5. So this and this will cancel. Now if I do my calculation right, 78.5 times 100 divided by 10.5. So in terms of the total mass of the solution, the answer is 7 So 7 4 7 4 7 let me just get rid of these. Yeah, this one doesn't want to go. Okay, I'll just continue from there. So 7.7, that is, I'm surprised why I put 6 there. 747.6 grams. So what we are saying is the total mass of the solution was 747.6 grams. But this question is not asking about mass. So this is mass of solution. This question is not asking about mass. This question is asking about volume. We always say, what is the volume in milliliters? So once you find mass, we know that density I don't know what this is doing, but let me just get rid of this and this also. So we know that density is given by mass divided by volume. But what we are looking for is this volume. So if we play around with this equation, we'll see that volume will be given by mass divided by density. So in this case, our volume, which is V, that is in milliliters, will be given by the total mass, which is 747.6 grams, divided by the density, which is 1.04 grams per milliliters. So the grams are going to cancel each other. The final answer will just be milliliters. So it says 747.6 divided by 1.04. So the volume in milliliters will be 719. So this is our final answer. So to just quickly go over it, we say that percent by mass is given by mass of solute divided by the mass of solute plus mass of solvent. So mass of solute and mass of solvent is total mass. So that is here. But now we decided that this total mass should be X. That is here. Now we say 10.5% is the same as 10.5 divided by 100. But we also said that this 10.5% in terms of mass is 78.5 grams of sucrose. So we can say 10.5 divided by 100 is the same as 78.5 grams divided by X. When you cross multiply them, you get your X, which is mass, as 747.6 grams. But this question is not asking for mass, it is asking for volume. So you need to use your knowledge about mass, volume, and density to come up with this equation. And then make volume subject to formula. Volume will be equal to mass over density. And then we already have our mass here. This mass divided by the density, it gives you the volume that you are looking for. So that's how we can solve this question. Now let's go to the next example. So I'll start by getting rid of this. All right. So here we are asking, what is the molarity of a 6.56% by mass of glucose solution? So we have the molar mass here, the molar mass of glucose, 180.16 grams. And here you are also given the density of glucose, 1.03 grams per mil. Now here you are given percent by mass. How do we go about a question like this one? Now for this question, what you are going to do is to assume that your solution is 100 grams. So assume the solution is 100 grams. So what does it mean? It means mass solute plus mass solvent. So in total, these two weigh 100 grams. Now another way to continue from there, we'll say, all right, in these 100 grams, we have 6.56 grams of glucose. So in these 100 grams, we have 6.56 grams of glucose. But now what we want to find is the molarity of this glucose. We know that molarity is given by moles of glucose in this case divided by molar mass glucose. No mistake, let me go back. Let me go back. So let me start again. The molarity of a solution is given by moles per liter. So moles of solute per liter of solution. But this is molarity, which means first we need to calculate the moles. we need to calculate the moles of glucose first, because we'll need those moles to use this formula: moles of solute, mole of solution. So this should be a T. So I would say mole glucose is equal to the mass glucose divided by the molar mass glucose, which gives us here, this is our mass, 6.56 grams of glucose. 6.56 grams of glucose divided by the molar mass of glucose, which is given here, 180.16 grams. So calculating 6.56 divided by 180.16. The number of moles in this case are 0.0364. Now, once you get the moles, you can go back to determine the molarity of the solution. We know that molarity is given by mole glucose divided by liter of solution. But now we don't yet know what the volume, the solution is. The good thing is we are given the density here. We are given the density, and we have already assumed the mass of the solution. We assumed that the solution is 100 grams. So our volume will be given by mass divided by density, which is 100 grams divided by 1.03 gram per milliliter. That gives us 97. That gives us 97.09 let me just make sure that we can easily see the milliliter. So that gives us 97.09 milliliter. But for you to calculate moles, this milliliter needs to become a liter because it's mole per liter for you to calculate molarity. So we'll say that molarity is given by the moles that we found here, 0.0364 mole, and if we change 97.09 milliliters to liter, it will be 0.09709 liter. And in the end, the molarity will be 364 divided by 0.09709. So the molarity will be 0.375 mole per liter. So this is given to 3 significant figures. So this is how we solve this problem. Thank you.